After a meeting with the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo says the Philippine-United States alliance is rock solid. Deniza Fernandez, our Foreign Affairs reporter, fills us in with the details live. Deniza?
Neil, the Philippine-United States or U.S. alliance is rock solid, Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo said on Friday. Manalo made the remark after he met with U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, who visited Manila. Manalo posted on Twitter, and we quote, "I had a very good first meeting with Defense Secretary Austin. There's no doubt PH-US alliance is rock solid. We identified key initiatives to improve mutual understanding of our priorities and challenges and to strengthen our relationship in ways that would secure our peoples." End quote. Austin meanwhile stressed that the U.S. remains determined to support regional peace and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific. During Austin's visit, the Philippines and the U.S. agreed to have 4 additional Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement or EDCA sites across the archipelago. For China, U.S. actions escalate regional tension and undermine regional peace and stability, the Chinese embassy said, and we quote, "The United States, out of its self-interests and zero-sum game mentality, continues to step up military posture in this region. Its actions escalate regional tension and undermine regional peace and stability." End quote. The embassy added that Austin smeared China on the issue of South China Sea to advance the anti-China political agenda of the U.S. The embassy hoped that the Philippines will remain vigilant and resist from being taken advantage of amid the developments. Meanwhile, the Makabayan bloc in the House of Representatives has slammed the agreement to add 4 new EDCA sites in the country, as it argued that the move further pushes the Philippines into the middle of the tension between the U.S. and China. Representative Arlene Brosas of the Gabriela Women's Party said that the expansion of U.S. access to Philippine military bases, which brings the total EDCA bases from 5 to 9, practically allows increased U.S. military rotational presence across the country. Meanwhile, Representative Franz Castro of the Alliance of Concerned Teachers Party earlier said that the country was only being used as a launching pad in case a war ensues between China and the U.S. Representative Raul Manuel of the Kabataan Party, for his part, pointed out that the strengthened U.S.-Philippine military ties would only be used to augment the government's counter-terrorism efforts, which, he said, often targets Filipinos who are merely critical of the government. The lawmakers also vowed to file a House resolution that would call for a congressional inquiry into the EDCA, Visiting Forces Agreement, and Mutual Defense Treaty. Back to you, Neil.
Deniza, was the issue of the West Philippine Sea discussed during the meeting between President Marcos and U.S. Defense Secretary Austin? And did the United States give any sort of commitment regarding this issue?
Neil, the West Philippine Sea issue was not mentioned during President Marcos and Secretary Austin's meeting. However, the issue was raised during Austin's meeting with Defense Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. Austin said that the Mutual Defense Treaty between the Philippines and U.S. has been reaffirmed, and he stressed that its importance, especially as China continues its claims in the maritime territory. Also, according to a readout issued by the U.S. Department of Defense, Austin and Galvez agreed to restart joint maritime patrols in the South China Sea.
Okay. Thanks, Deniza. That's Deniza Fernandez reporting live.